Sandy. I'm a Salesforce consultant at SalesFix, and I'm also one of the squad leaders.
And my name's Maria, and I'm also a consultant at SalesFix and a squad leader. I'm working with Sandy.
And today, Maria and I are going to talk about working from home, the perks and the pitfalls. So let's start with the positive. Let's start with the perks of working from home, of which we know that there are many of. Maria, what are some of the perks that you find in the working from home environment?
Probably my favourite one is the time I save on travel. That just opens up to so many different things that I can do, both in the morning and even during the day and at night. But predominantly for me, I use it to do my exercise. It means that I can get up and get it out of the way and not have to worry about rushing and having to get in a big dash to get home and ready for it.
Yeah, I agree. I also find it's great for just, getting the kids to school and that sort of day-to-day family life. It just gives you that little bit of extra time to just do that morning routine that's always hectic in, I think, just about every house, in every household. So it just gives you a little bit more breathing space when it comes to just getting yourself organised.
Yeah, and also just if you just feel like being lazy, you can have a sleep in or do a crossword puzzle, have an extra cup of coffee. I do have a little bit of a ritual that I do the crossword every morning, and that also gives me that. Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah. What about the hours, the flexible hours that working from home can potentially provide for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's great because that means that you can be a bit more flexible when it comes to appointments. You can do things during the day that if you were at work and you were in the city or at your work office, it's not that easy to get it back home again to go to see the physio or to get your nails done, which is very important. So those small things easy because, you can ring the doctor and go, can you get me in today? And they say, can you be here in 15 minutes? Or you can be.
Yeah.
Because you're down the road. So it's having that flexibility to cram a lot more extra in the day than you would if you were in an office.
Yeah. And we've, in our team at least, we've had several scenarios where we've had home improvements going on. So just being at home for a tradie, when you've got a window of 5 hours, you know that, well, it's okay because I'm going to be here all day anyway. And also, just, receiving packages and, you don't have to sort of just hope that you're going to get home in time or it's going to end up at the post office. You know that you're going to be there, you're going to be available. So it's just all of those things that are normally not or a lot harder to manage when you have to go into an office environment suddenly are just easy.
Yeah, and it's a real pain if you have a delivery and you miss it and then you've got the post office. It's like that's an extra hour that you have back straight away.
Yeah. What about freedoms? Do you think working from home gives you freedom of what you wear, freedom in the way that the hours that you work, the way that you plan your day? How do you think, or how do you think your work from home environment gives you more freedom, or do you think it gives you less freedom?
No, it does give me more freedom. I do like to organise my day, and because we are remote, I always make sure that if I am going off for an appointment, I will put it in my calendar so it's clear to everybody that I'm not available. I've got that sort of thing planned, but definitely it gives me that freedom. There are a few things of my choice, and it also means that I might have to start early to do something during the day, or finish late, come back later and do some work when it's quiet and then people aren't around to have construction.
Yeah, I find the same. Just being able to plan my day around my life schedule, but also just being able to wear pretty much what you want within reason. You know, I mean, that's a freedom in itself, isn't it? That we don't have to think about, you know, where we're going to be today and what, you know, what's dress is appropriate for wherever we're going to be. Um, I think that freedoms are one of them for me personally. The freedom of being able to plan my day around my life is probably one of the biggest perks for me. When you've got a family and you've got lots of things going on, it's just such a it's just such a lifesaver, really. When you can, it's like having the best of both worlds, really, isn't it?
I think so, and I know that for myself. I am a gym junkie, and I do tend to wear my gym clothes during the day so that I can just leave at 4:15 to get to the gym on time for a class. Whereas it's 15 minutes, but it makes all the difference. And I know I can leave it right to the last minute, and I don't have to go, oh, now I can go get paid for the gym. It's just the same.
Yeah.
So less washing for my husband.
So the next point, Maria, I think, which is really important, is the work from home mindset. Now, I mean, it's not for everybody. Some people really struggle with working from home and finding that discipline and that focus. Others, like yourself and myself, we absolutely love it. So for you personally, what do you do to get in that work from home headspace every day?
Well, I certainly treat my home office as my office. So I have a dedicated area in my house, which I can close the door on if I need to, but it is my office space. And I'll often say when I'm finished doing the crossword, right, I'm going to work now. And then I head off into my office.
Yeah.
No other change.
Yeah.
Just, I'm getting up from the couch and walking upstairs to my office. But then I'm in my office and I'm in work mode. And it's as if I'm in the office at North Lakes, except I'm upstairs.
Yeah. I find for me it's I have to get dressed for work. Even if I'm walking 10 steps from the kitchen to my office, it's still going to work. So I've got to have that separation from home life to work life. So for me, that point of separation is I've got to get ready. And I don't mean I wear, you know, like full face makeup and, you know, high heels and stockings or anything like that. I mean, I just have to actually change out of my at-home clothes and into work clothes, whatever that is for you. It just, for me, that's a switch of mine. It's even the act of doing that is switching my mindset from that mum, wife, getting ready, getting kids to school mindset into that work mindset. And like you, a dedicated office is a must. Just to have that space that is workspace separate to home space is an absolute essential item to get you into that mindset and help you focus on what you need to do during the day.
Yeah, and I think I still have to have, you know, a big screen to work on and my laptop and all the toys and mouse, everything that I would have in an office environment. I would replicate that at home. So I think some people may just work on a laptop, and that's not an easy thing to do, really, especially in our role. So it's important that not only do you have an office, but you have the equipment that you need.
You're saying about having the right equipment. That's also really important from, I think, from a workplace health and safety aspect. As an employer, employers must ensure that their work from home staff are actually adhering to those work from home practices. I know that at SalesFix we have to periodically take photographs of our work area, including our chairs, desks, and just in general environment, and submit them just to make sure that we are adhering to those work from home practices. You know, I think you can work from home if you have to temporarily for a couple of days from your dining room area, but you cannot sustain it long term. It's not a productive environment. It's not a mentally healthy environment. So I think that's a good point to make about.
Yeah.
one of the pitfalls from working from home is that feeling of isolation and remoteness. And I think that's very real, particularly for new starters that come on to SalesFix that have possibly never worked from home before, or in like right now, everybody has either been working from home or is still working from home, if you're unfortunate enough to still be in one of those COVID-affected areas. So it's really important, I think, to stay connected with the wider team. So how do you do that? It's really tricky. Maria is going to talk about one of the apps that we use at the moment, which is called Remo.
Yeah. So I don't know if it was a coincidence or we just did this just as COVID hit, but we introduced a tool called Remo, which is a remote office, and it's just fantastic, and it's brought our team together even more than you would ever expect. We communicate more, we chat more, we have more fun, we use it for our team meetings. It's like we're all in an office together, even though we are not only working from home, but we're working in different states in Australia. Sandy's going to show it to us.
Yeah. So this is actually the map view of Remo, where you can see it's broken out into individual workspaces or rooms, and we've named these rooms. They change name frequently depending on what humorous mood that we might be in that particular morning. But each room is quite private. You can see over here we've got myself and Maria that are sitting in Rome having this recording this webinar for you. But all the rest of our team are in other rooms scattered around the place.
You can make all the rooms, or you can make a room private. So Sandy and I might not want to be disturbed today, so we can lock that room. Sandy just done that. She's just put a lock on the door. That means that no one can come into this room without knocking, and then we accept the invite. This can be really great, especially when you're having those private discussions, or like today we're recording this webinar and we don't really want people jumping in and interrupting us.
So I'm going to jump over to our team room here and surprise everybody, and just so that they can say hello, and then I'll jump back and join Maria in a few moments. So let's go. Hi, everyone. Just say hi.
Hello.
I'm recording a webinar, so say hi.
Hello, webinar people.
Thank you. See ya.
Thanks for coming. Okay, and then just the last bit of this, is that we can also invite people in. So Sandy and I are having a conversation, and we really need to have input from another colleague. So we can then grab that person and ask them to come in. So I'm going to unlock the room first, and then I'm just going to get Phil. And hopefully he's there and he will come in and join us and say hi.
Here he is.
Hello.
Hi, Phil.
Are we?
We're good. We just wanted to demonstrate how we can get people to come into our meeting, and we couldn't think of anyone better than
I would expect nothing less.
All right, you can leave now.
Oh, short and sweet. Okay, cool.
Bye, Phil.
Yeah. What?
So that's a bit of a demo of how we use Remo. It's a fantastic tool, and it really has changed the way we at SalesFix work. We've always been a remote team in that we do a portion of our work life at home, a portion of our work life in an office environment, and then a portion on customer site. So we're well used to working from home. But this tool has completely changed the way we connect as a team, hasn't it, Maria? Like we're no longer geographically limited. We are one team.
Yeah, we are one team. But then again, we also still use some of the other traditional, well-known tools. So we use Zoom and Meet for our client meetings, and then we use chat for instant messaging. So between ourselves, we use chat for instant messaging, and of course we use Chatter for more topics that we need to collaborate on.
Inside Salesforce, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the last topic we'd like to talk about is actually the pitfalls of working from home. We've talked a lot about, all the good things, the perks and the freedoms, but let's talk about some of the, the downside of working from home, and hopefully some of the tips and tricks and advice that we've provided earlier on in this webinar will actually help overcome some of these. So
here I have, he was meant to jump up and do something naughty, but I've got 3 cats and they quite often join me in meetings, but they're all a bit sleepy because they've just been fed. So, but this is bigger, and your pets can be quite annoying, especially dogs. Dogs bark. My dogs, I've got 2 dogs, they bark a lot. That can be distracting. We've got another couple of people with smaller dogs that like to yap. It can be quite annoying, but it's just something that you've got to work with and try and control.
yeah, and additionally, it's just that general family noise of, particularly during school holidays or after school, when when you've got other people in your house, you've got children that don't understand necessarily that that you actually have a job and you're working. They just see you as being home. Therefore, speak of the devil. Thank you. I'll only be 5 minutes. Thank you. Speak of the devil. That was one of my children that just decided that they wanted something. But so it's that constant distraction of just being inside your family environment, but doing a completely different job than what your family are used to you doing. So it's just managing that that noise and that distraction can be really challenging. So, just having that dedicated office space really does help a lot with that, with managing those distractions. But at the end of the day, it comes down to that self-discipline.
Okay. Another pitfall, which I think we've all struggled with over during COVID, is the refrigerator.
Da, 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 da.
It's really fun, and you can pretty much eat whatever's in your fridge at any time of day. So when you go to the office, you take some lunch, you might take some morning tea, but that's it. Unless you've got an unlimited supply of Uber Eats, you're kind of stuck with what you bought in.
Yes.
Or you're going to swap with someone like you did at school.
Yeah.
Yeah, working from home, it can be really hard. And if you've got a husband that likes to go and bring you donuts at the same time, that's even harder. So that can be a real pitfall, and you just have to have that discipline of forgetting that the fridge is there.
Yes, I agree. And one of the other things, apart from the isolation, which is a real thing, and unless you you use the tools, whether it's Remo or something else, to just stay connected with people, isolation can be a real challenge for people, especially if you're working from home for a length of time. So that's something that you need to be aware of. I guess need to just be aware of in yourself when you're starting to flounder a bit, and you just need to connect with people. And that's just reach out, whether that's via Zoom or whatever tools that your company provides. Recognize the symptoms in yourself when you need to talk. Reach out and talk and connect with somebody.
Yeah, and another downside, I guess. I mean, we've got the flexibility of coming and going at the pace, but then also, I've been known to sit at my desk all afternoon, and then all of a sudden it's getting quite dark, and I need to turn the light on. And so that whole not getting up and moving away from your desk, because you think, well, I'm just at home, so I'll just keep going. You do have to
Stop.
And at starting, you've got to be disciplined at stopping and getting you back to your home, not your office.
You know what? It sounds crazy when I speak to people about working from home, and they're sort of, those that have never done it before would say, "Oh, I don't think I'd ever be able to work from home. I'd just be too easy to just watch TV or whatever it is that they want to do. It actually works out a lot of the time to be the opposite of that. But what you were saying before about you must remind yourself to stop is real. At work, everybody leaves at a certain time of the day. It's that time of the day, so you pack up and you get in your car and you drive home, and then you're done, right? You're done for the day. It's different when you're working from home, because you're not physically leaving the environment of your work, so you're not mentally switching off. So that's a challenge.
Yeah, and it's easy because you can get a ping from someone and say, "Are you still working?" And it's like, well, I'm not, but I can just pop upstairs and have a look for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be important, because it could be looked on as a perk as well, because it might just mean that that other person can carry on working, and it's not such a big impact on you. But you have to be mindful that you're not doing it all the time. When you finish work, you have actually finished work.
Yes. Everybody needs that. Everybody needs that break from work and that shutdown to recharge for the next day. So it's definitely something that you need to be aware of and consider. So let's wrap it up. So what we've talked about is the perks. We've talked about the mindset, that how it's important to get in that work from home mindset, and whatever it is that works for you, whether it's getting dressed, it's whatever it is that works for you, you must get in that working mindset. It's the tools that you use to connect with your wider team and connect with your end customers as well is equally important. And then I think just understanding and recognising the pitfalls and having those strategies in place to help you with those. Maria, do you want to add anything else?
No, I don't think so. I just think that enjoy the fact that you can work from home, make the most of it, but just don't go down that track of, I don't know, taking advantage of it, I guess, or pushing yourself too much by just getting too much time at your desk.
Yep. Okay, so that's it. So I hope that we've provided some insight on what life can be like working from home, and we've shared some of the stories that we have, some of the tools that we use. We're very lucky at SalesFix that we've been able to work from home for as long as we have, and we will continue to do the same thing. I'm very fortunate, so we've been able to refine it a little bit, I guess, over a period of time. But I hope that you've got some insights in our little chat.
Thank you. It's been fun.
It has. Bye now.
Bye.